How do you disappear after winning a lottery jackpot when the money makes you famous overnight? Edwin Castro won a record-breaking Powerball and now travels with security after strangers followed him. Jack Whitaker won hundreds of millions and later said the attention destroyed his peace and his privacy. Same game, same win, very different outcomes. Real cases show that what happens next depends less on luck and more on the decisions made before anyone else gets close. These are not rumors or theories. They are documented outcomes. Here are the 12 steps real winners use to disappear and live quietly after the jackpot hit. Number 12. Secure the winning ticket and keep it out of reach before any celebration or planning. The winning ticket itself is the single most important asset, and lottery commissions across the United States have repeatedly stated that possession is a deciding factor in every claim. Public guidance from state lotteries shows that disputes over lost, damaged, or access tickets almost always fail if the original ticket cannot be produced. Over the years, officials in states like Florida, California, and Pennsylvania have confirmed multiple cases where prizes expired or were denied because tickets were misplaced during normal daily activities, such as cleaning, travel, or routine errands. In these situations, explanations, receipts, or witness statements did not replace the physical ticket and store in a secure location, such as a safe deposit box, away from homes, cars, or shared spaces. This step is not about fear. It is about procedure. Until the claim is completed, the ticket is a prize, and any exposure creates unnecessary risk. Winners who treated the ticket casually often learn that no amount of proof or intent could overcome a missing document. Securing the ticket buys time, control, and the ability to make every next decision without pressure. Number 11. Delay the claim to understand your state's privacy laws. Many winners assume that claiming immediately is required, but official lottery rules show that most states allow weeks or even months before a prize must be claimed. This window exists so winners can understand their legal options, especially around privacy. A well-documented example comes from New Hampshire, where a Powerball winner waited, consulted legal counsel, and successfully argued in court for the right to remain anonymous, a decision confirmed by judicial rulings and state statements. In contrast, winners in states that allow anonymity have still lost that protection simply by filing paperwork too quickly. Once a claim is submitted publicly, privacy cannot be restored, even if the law technically allows it. Legal analysts frequently point out that the difference between anonymity and exposure often comes down to timing, not luck. Winners who paused to study state laws, public record requirements, and claim procedures were able to structure their claims quietly. Those who rushed often saw their names published within hours. The money does not disappear if you wait, but privacy often does if you do not. Number 10. Separate your identity from the win before paperwork begins. In states where anonymity is allowed or partially protected, separating personal identity from the prize is one of the most effective ways to disappear quietly. Verified cases show that winners who claimed through trusts or limited liability companies were able to keep their names out of public databases entirely. A documented example is the $1.35 billion Mega Millions winner in Maine, whose prize was claimed through a legal entity, with state lottery officials confirming that the individual's identity would remain private. Legal professionals explain that lotteries are required to publish a winner, but not necessarily a person. Trusts and LLCs are lawful ownership structures designed to separate assets from individuals, and when established before a claim is filed, they prevent automatic disclosure through public record requests. Winners who claim personally often reported that media coverage, background searches, and public scrutiny followed immediately. Once a personal name appears on official claim documents, it becomes permanent. This step is not about hiding money, but about choosing whether your identity becomes part of the public record forever. Number 9. Restructure your communication before anyone can reach you. Once news of a large win starts moving, communication becomes one of the fastest ways privacy collapses, even when a winner tries to stay quiet. Lottery officials and legal advisors have repeatedly noted that the first pressure most winners feel does not come from the media, but from direct contact. After Timothy Schultz won $29 million in Iowa, he later explained in public talks that announcing his win caused a flood of calls, emails, and requests that quickly became overwhelming, even though his intentions were honest. Other winners who remained anonymous, according to statements released by state lottery commissions, reported similar stress as word spread through workplaces, extended families, and social circles. Because of this, professionals who work with jackpot winners consistently advise setting up new phone numbers, email addresses, and mailing systems before any claim becomes public, then routing all communication through a single controlled channel, such as a lawyer's office. This approach does not cut people off permanently. It creates space to think clearly. Winners who handle communication early describe feeling in control. Those who did not often said the noise pushed them into rushed financial and personal decisions they later regretted. Number 8. Control your physical location during the claim period. Physical location becomes sensitive far sooner than most winners expect, especially during the days surrounding a claim. When a person's name or routine becomes known, even curiosity can turn into constant interruptions. Police records and court documents from multiple high-profile cases show that once a winner's address becomes public, unwanted visits and security concerns often follow. Jack Whitaker's experience is frequently referenced because law enforcement confirmed repeated incidents at his properties after his identity was known, but similar patterns appear in quieter cases as well. Security advisors explain that predictability is the real risk. Staying in the same place, following the same routine, and being visible during the claim window makes it easier for strangers to show up uninvited. Temporary relocation does not mean disappearing forever. It means reducing exposure at the most sensitive moment. Winners who took this step describe being able to focus calmly on decisions. Those who stayed put often said they felt trapped in places that once felt safe. Number 7. Centralize all decisions through one trusted gatekeeper. One of the most common patterns seen in sudden wealth cases is decision overload caused by too many voices at once. Real winners have said that the pressure to respond immediately often comes from people offering help, not harm. Evelyn Adams, who won the New Jersey lottery twice, later admitted that trusting advice from multiple sources without a clear structure contributed to losing millions over time. Other documented winners describe being approached simultaneously by bankers, investment promoters, distant relatives, and acquaintances, each pushing different ideas. Without a filter, decisions become reactive instead of deliberate. Because of this, professionals consistently recommend appointing one trusted gatekeeper, usually a fiduciary advisor or attorney, to receive requests, schedule decisions, and slow the process down. This structure allows the winner to step back while still maintaining control. Number 6. Redefine family access before financial expectations form. Family pressure often becomes one of the hardest parts of sudden win, not because of bad intentions, but because expectations form quickly and are difficult to reverse. Multiple documented lottery winners have said that once relatives learn about the money, boundaries blur almost immediately. In interviews given years after his win, David Lee Edwards, who won a large Powerball prize in Kentucky, admitted that unchecked spending and constant family demands played a major role in his financial collapse. If expectations are allowed to form without structure, saying no later often leads to resentment and emotional fallout. This step is not about cutting off family. It is about defining access before assumptions harden into entitlement. Winners who address this early, often through advisors or written agreements, reported fewer long-term conflicts. Those who avoided the conversation often said it became impossible to fix later. Money does not change relationships overnight, but amplifies existing dynamics quickly, and this step helps prevent those dynamics from spiraling out of control. Number 5. Reduce visibility across public records beyond the lottery. Even when a lottery claim is handled carefully, visibility can still increase through unrelated public records. Property purchases, vehicle registrations, and business filings often become unintended exposure points. In several documented cases, reviewed by consumer protection groups, winners who bought homes or cars in their own names shortly after winning found their addresses circulating online within weeks. Real estate records are public in many states, and large purchases can draw attention even without media coverage. This step is frequently overlooked because it feels unrelated to the lottery itself, yet plays a major role in long-term privacy. Number 4. Eliminate digital trails that reveal lifestyle changes. Digital behavior often exposes wealth long before anyone says a word. Social media posts, online purchases, and location data can quietly signal lifestyle changes to people paying attention. British winner Gillian Bayford, who won a massive Euro Millions jackpot, later acknowledged that public attention intensified as details about her lifestyle surfaced online, even without deliberate sharing. Other winners who stayed anonymous reported that friends posting photos, tagging locations, or mentioning trips online drew attention they never expected. Digital privacy experts point out that sudden changes are more noticeable than consistent behavior. New cars, frequent travel, or expensive hobbies create patterns that stand out. Because of this, advisors often recommend a complete digital pause after a win. Those who did not often said the attention followed them long after the excitement faded. Digital silence is not permanent, but during the adjustment period, it plays a critical role in protecting privacy while everything else is being put in place. Number 3, prepare for legal attention even when you did nothing wrong. Large lottery wins often attract legal attention regardless of whether a winner made any mistakes. Court records show that high-value jackpots frequently trigger lawsuits from former partners, distant relatives, or individuals claiming prior agreements, even when those claims lack merit. A clear example comes from California, where the record Powerball winner faced competing claims over ticket ownership shortly after the prize was announced, forcing the case into court despite the lottery validating the ticket. Legal experts explain that extreme wealth creates incentives for people to test the system, because even a weak claim can pressure a settlement. Winners who were unprepared often describe the stress as worse than the publicity itself, especially when legal letters arrive before they had advisors in place. Professionals recommend assuming legal challenges are possible and preparing accordingly, even if you believe nothing in your past could surface. Those who ignored it often said the surprise alone shook their sense of control. Preparing for legal attention does not mean expecting trouble. It means understanding that sudden wealth changes incentives for others and planning accordingly. Number 2, build a long-term privacy structure, not a temporary fix. Disappearing after a jackpot is not a single move. It is an ongoing process that unfolds over years. Winners who treated privacy as a short-term concern often found themselves exposed later through gradual leaks. Estate attorneys point to cases where early anonymity was preserved, but later undone by poorly planned asset ownership, inheritance structures, or business ventures. Anonymous winners who successfully stayed private for long periods often shared one common trait in follow-up reporting by lottery officials. They planned privacy as a system, not a reaction. This included layered trusts, separate entities for different assets, and clear rules about how information flowed between professionals. Winners who skipped this planning phase sometimes became visible years later through lawsuits, divorces, or probate filings. Winners who invested time in this step reported feeling secure long after public interest faded. Number 1, decide what kind of life you want before the money arrives. The most overlooked step happens before any financial decision is made, deciding what you actually want your life to look like after the win. Psychologists who study sudden wealth note that money amplifies direction, but it does not create it. Real winners have said that without a clear vision, they drifted into choices that felt impressive but left them unhappy. British winner Callie Rogers later spoke openly about struggling after her early win, explaining that she lacked guidance and direction when everything changed at once. Other winners, especially those who stayed anonymous, described doing the opposite. They paused, defined priorities, and made choices that supported a quieter life. This step influences every other one. Where you live, who you trust, how visible you become, and how you spend all flow from this decision. Winners who skipped it often chased expectations that were not theirs. Winning the lottery is one moment, but living with it is a long process shaped by early decisions. Some winners protected their privacy and found peace, while others learned that attention can last far longer than excitement. If you were in that position, which step do you think would be the hardest to follow? Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to stay connected.